Heart attack symptoms and stroke in women often appear silently, especially in the early morning hours. But one small change in your first 30 minutes after waking up could slash your risk of death by up to 70%. That's not an exaggeration. A simple action, often ignored, could be the shortcut to protecting your heart and brain when your body is most vulnerable. In today's video, I'll walk you through 10 easy morning habits. Each one takes just a few minutes, but could help prevent blood clots, stabilize blood pressure, lower cholesterol, and drastically reduce your risk of a second stroke. There's one habit in particular that's critically important, yet most people skip it entirely. And that one habit could mean the difference between an ordinary morning and a life-changing emergency. Don't let that be you. All right, let's start with habit number 1, and I call this one opening the lifeline to your brain. Now, we all know that feeling, right? That stiff, achy neck and shoulders the second you wake up. We usually just blame our pillow, groan a little, and try to get on with our day. But I want to let you in on a secret that could genuinely change how you feel and even protect your health. That stiffness isn't just a minor annoyance. It's a quiet warning sign from your body. Let me quickly show you why. Think of your neck as the superhighway for your brain's fuel. Running through it are 4 critical pipelines: the carotid arteries in the front and the vertebral arteries in the back that deliver all the blood and oxygen your brain needs to function, especially the parts controlling your balance and vision. Now, when you sleep for hours, those surrounding neck and shoulder muscles get tight. And that tightness literally squeezes those pipelines, reducing the flow of fuel to your brain. And that is often the real reason you feel dizzy, a little lightheaded, or off balance when you first stand up. It's not just age. In fact, studies in the Journal of Stroke have shown a direct link between this reduced blood flow and those exact dizzy spells. If we ignore this, we're creating a perfect environment for tiny clots to form, which can lead to a stroke.
So, how do we gently open that lifeline each morning? The answer isn't aggressive, jerky stretching. It's a simple, intentional 3-minute good morning ritual. Let's do it together. Phase 1, the gentle neck turn. Our goal is to release the side neck muscles. First, sit up tall and comfortable, either in bed or on a chair, with your feet flat on the floor. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, slowly turn your head to the right, as if you're looking over your shoulder. Go only until you feel a gentle stretch, not pain. Hold it right there for a slow count of 5. Just feel those tight muscles begin to let go. Inhale as you slowly bring your head back to the center. Now, let's repeat on the left side. We'll do this 3 times on each side to gently wake everything up and get that blood moving. Phase 2 is the tension-busting shrug. This one is fantastic for breaking up deep-seated tension. Staying seated, take a deep breath in and slowly raise both shoulders straight up towards your ears. Really lift them. Hold them up there for a quick count of 3. Now, exhale with a whoosh and just let them drop completely. Feel that release? Let's do that 5 times. It feels amazing, doesn't it? Phase 3, the smooth shoulder roll. Our goal is to lubricate the whole joint. Last step, imagine you're drawing big, smooth circles with your shoulders. Roll your shoulders forward, then up, then back, and finally down. Make the circles as big and fluid as you can. We'll do 5 rolls backward, and then let's reverse it for 5 smooth rolls forward. And that's it. Your mantra for this entire ritual is slow, gentle, and controlled. You're not just stretching. You're actively opening the lifeline, flooding your brain with fresh, oxygen-rich blood, and setting yourself up for a clear-headed and much safer day ahead.
Habit 2. Eat foods rich in magnesium and potassium. After we have cleared the physical pipelines that lead blood to the brain, we need to turn our attention to the quality of the blood flowing inside. This brings us to the second habit, a nutritional strategy to protect your heart right from the first meal of the day. Breakfast can be a real battle for your cardiovascular system. The biggest enemy often does not come from the salt shaker on the table. It comes from the hidden sodium in common breakfast foods like bacon, convenience cereals, or a slice of bread with cheese. In the morning, your body is already in a vulnerable state. Your heart has to work harder to pump thicker blood after a night of dehydration. At the same time, the stress hormone cortisol is at its highest level. When you add hidden sodium into your system during this sensitive time, it delivers a devastating 1-2 punch. First is increased blood volume. Sodium acts like a sponge. The body will retain water to balance the sodium concentration in the blood. This increases blood volume and puts pressure on your artery walls. Second is vasoconstriction. Sodium also has a direct effect on the smooth muscle cells lining the arteries, causing them to constrict. One side has increased volume, and the other side has a narrowed space. This combination creates a sudden and dangerous spike in blood pressure. It puts your heart and brain on red alert. Fortunately, you can proactively fight this enemy by summoning two of the heart's bodyguards, potassium and magnesium. They work as a perfect duo to neutralize the harmful effects of sodium. Potassium, the wise gatekeeper. Potassium sends a signal to the kidneys to excrete excess sodium through urine. Magnesium, the master mediator. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium channel blocker. It helps the artery walls relax and widen, reducing pressure from within. Together, potassium and magnesium form a perfect protective shield. Getting them into your breakfast is very simple. Start with a banana. This is a rich dose of potassium. Add dark leafy greens. A handful of spinach or kale in your eggs or a smoothie will provide both potassium and magnesium. Other powerful sources include a few almonds, a spoonful of pumpkin seeds, or a container of unsweetened Greek yogurt. A slice of mashed avocado on whole wheat toast is also a powerful combination. This is a strategic action for you to proactively neutralize the biggest threat of the morning. You are giving your body the tools it needs to protect itself.
Habit 3. Check your blood pressure. While managing your diet is a strong defensive strategy, we cannot fight an enemy we cannot see. This brings us to a crucial, non-negotiable habit, transforming the invisible threat of high blood pressure into tangible data that you can manage. High blood pressure is called the silent killer because it causes no symptoms. You can feel completely healthy, but you are unaware that inside your body, an invisible pressure is silently eroding the health of your heart, brain, and blood vessels. This danger is especially severe in the morning due to the morning surge phenomenon. Entering this peak time without knowing your blood pressure is like driving on an unfamiliar road without a map. With just 30 seconds each morning, you can turn this unknown variable into clear data using a home blood pressure monitor. To ensure accurate results, follow this 3-step process. Step 1. Choose the golden moment. Measure your blood pressure after you use the restroom, but before you drink coffee, eat breakfast, or exercise. All of these activities change the measurement result. This golden moment is when your body is closest to its resting state. It reflects your true baseline blood pressure. Step 2. Body preparation, the 5 golden minutes. Before measuring, sit quietly for 5 minutes in a chair with your back supported. Your feet should be flat on the floor, not crossed. Your arms should be at heart level. This pause allows your circulatory system to calm down and return to its baseline state. Skipping this step can result in a falsely high reading of 10 to 20 millimeters of mercury. Step 3. Choose the right tool. always prioritize a monitor with an upper arm cuff. The brachial artery in the upper arm is larger and closer to the heart. It provides a more reliable result than a wrist monitor. The purpose of daily measurement is to collect data and identify a trend. When you bring a continuous series of readings to your doctor, you are providing specific evidence. This data allows your doctor to intervene earlier and more accurately. It puts control over your health back into your own hands.
Habit 4. Take blood pressure medication on time. For many of us, the data collected from a blood pressure monitor will lead to an important collaboration with a doctor. Therefore, this fourth habit is different from the others. It is not a lifestyle suggestion. It is a medical directive that is a matter of life and death. If you have been prescribed blood pressure medication, have you ever thought you were too busy and could take it a little later? These very ordinary moments are the most dangerous blind spots. That seemingly harmless delay, even just for 1 hour, is enough to create a fatal gap in your protection. A morning blood pressure pill is not an ordinary medication. Many types are designed with controlled release technology. They are strategically timed to exert their greatest strength at the exact moment your blood pressure naturally rises, which is the morning surge phenomenon. When you delay, you are completely disrupting this carefully designed protective cycle. You are allowing a window of no protection to appear at the most dangerous time. A large study called Chronos showed that taking blood pressure medication at a fixed time each day helps control blood pressure better over 24 hours and reduces the risk of cardiovascular events. The solution is not to try harder to remember. It is to create an automated system. Take 5 minutes on Sunday night to sort your pills for the whole week. This completely eliminates the element of forgetting. Link taking your medication to an action you always do first thing in the morning. Place the pill and a glass of water right on your nightstand. The first thing you do when you wake up is take it. No thinking, no delaying. The relationship between you and your doctor is sacred. Never change your dose or the time you take your medication on your own. Strict adherence is you honoring the promise you made to yourself. It is protecting the most precious gift of all, which is life. Habit 5. Start with a glass of water. Whether you take medication or not, all of us wake up in a state that puts stress on our cardiovascular system. This brings us to the simplest yet most profound habit of all. The first action for many people upon waking is to reach for a cup of coffee or tea, but this habit is silently harming you. After a long night without fluids, your body is essentially a miniature desert. The direct consequence happens right in your bloodstream. When you are dehydrated, your body draws water out of your blood plasma. This makes your blood thicker and more viscous. This thick, sludgy blood forces your heart to work much harder to pump it. It also increases the risk of blood clot formation. Ironically, coffee and tea are diuretics. They contain caffeine, a substance that makes the kidneys excrete more water. So that first cup of coffee does not rehydrate you. It makes the drought inside you even worse. The true savior is a glass of plain water. A glass of room temperature water, about 250 to 350 milliliters, is ideal. This small act immediately thins your blood, reduces its viscosity, and frees your heart from its burden. It starts your body's engine smoothly. It also provides the kidneys with the fuel they need to flush out waste products. Tonight, before you go to sleep, place a bottle or a glass of water on your nightstand. Let it be the first thing you see when you open your eyes.
Habit 6. 5 minutes of box breathing. After we have physically hydrated the body, it is time for us to address the internal weather. This is the storm of thoughts and worries that often hits us the moment we open our eyes.
The instant you open your eyes, a to-do list and invisible anxieties are immediately activated. We usually just accept it, but it is a mental assault and it is not harmless at all. The brain does not distinguish between a real threat and a perceived threat. This mental reaction immediately triggers the fight or flight response. The adrenal glands pump out cortisol and adrenaline. Your body is flooded with a stress cocktail. Cortisol constricts blood vessels. Adrenaline makes the heart beat faster and raises blood pressure. You can quell this storm with 5 minutes of intentional stillness. This is an essential self-defense mechanism. It is a reset button for the nervous system, switching from fight-or-flight mode to rest and digest mode. This simple but powerful technique is box breathing. Before you reach for your phone, sit up straight and close your eyes. First, inhale slowly through your nose, counting to 4 in your head. Next, hold your breath, counting to 4 in your head. Then, exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 4 in your head. Finally, remain still after exhaling, counting to 4 in your head. You should repeat this cycle for 5 minutes. Slow, controlled breathing will stimulate the vagus nerve. It will calm your heart rate and relax your blood vessel walls. You do not need any app or device. The power lies right in your own breath.
Habit 7. Avoid a high-sodium breakfast. We have calmed the nervous system with our breath and equipped the body with protective minerals. Now it is time to put this knowledge into practice on our breakfast plate. We're moving from theory to delicious, life-saving action. We have already talked about potassium and magnesium. Now let's talk more specifically about the enemy of excessive sodium. When you add a high-sodium meal to the perfect storm of the morning, you are triggering a dangerous reaction. The real pain point lies in the hidden sodium in processed breakfast foods. This includes bacon, sausage, and ham, or instant cereals, bagels, muffins, and processed cheese. The solution is a conscious change to switch to less processed foods. This is a strategic decision. Instead of boxed cereal, try a bowl of whole oats. Add fresh fruit, nuts, or cinnamon. Instead of eggs with salty meats, try scrambled eggs seasoned with black pepper, onion powder, or dill. Eat them with a few slices of avocado. By taking control of your first meal, you are eliminating one of the most intense stressors on your cardiovascular system.
Habit 8. A short 10 to 15-minute walk. Once the body has been properly fueled and the mind is calm, the next step is to gently awaken our largest system, the circulatory system. Instead of moving from the dining table to another chair, we are missing a golden opportunity. Your circulatory system is like a river of life. After a long night, that river becomes sluggish. Just sitting still after waking up will only prolong that state of stagnation. The most effective solution is a short walk of 10 to 15 minutes. The goal is not speed, but movement. This helps activate 2 key mechanisms. When you walk, the large muscles in your legs contract and relax rhythmically. This pushes blood back towards the heart, fighting against stagnation. During exercise, the inner lining of your blood vessels will produce nitric oxide. This is an extremely potent vasodilator that helps lower blood pressure and allows blood to flow more easily. Studies show that older adults who walk regularly in the morning have lower blood pressure, improved cholesterol, and reduced inflammation levels. If the weather is bad, remember your enemy is inactivity. Walk inside your house or simply walk around the living room. This is a deliberate action to restart your circulatory system.
Habit 9. Sit for 30 seconds before standing up.
We have discussed walking after breakfast, but what about the most basic and first action of the day, getting out of bed? This simple act itself hides a silent danger. When you move from a lying to a standing position too quickly, you can experience orthostatic hypotension. This is a sudden drop in blood pressure as gravity pulls blood down to the lower part of your body. It causes feelings of dizziness and lightheadedness and can lead to falls. Inside your large arteries are pressure sensors called baroreceptors. When you stand up suddenly, your blood pressure drops. These sensors detect this and send an alarm signal to the brain to make adjustments. In older adults, or when you are dehydrated, this reflex becomes slower. It creates a dangerous delay when the brain is deprived of oxygen. The astonishingly simple solution is to sit on the edge of the bed for at least 30 seconds before you stand up. This is a scientific shield. When you wake up slowly, use your hands to push yourself into a sitting position. Place both feet on the floor. Sit still there and count slowly to 30. In those precious 30 seconds, you are giving your body the time it needs to adjust in a controlled manner. It helps stabilize your blood pressure before you stand up, completely preventing that dizzy feeling. After 30 seconds, stand up slowly.
Habit 10. Open the curtains immediately upon waking. Finally, after we have taken care of our muscles, blood flow, mind, and movements, we come to the master controller of it all, the biological clock inside our body. There is a simple, powerful action to synchronize this entire system. Inside your brain is a biological clock. It is called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. It controls the sleep-wake cycle and the release of cortisol. An abnormal or excessive cortisol surge in the morning can be like a shock, creating great pressure on the heart and blood vessels. The most powerful signal to tame and regulate this process is natural daylight. When natural light hits your retina, it sends a direct signal to the master clock, the SCN. It announces that a new day has begun. This helps regulate the cortisol surge, turning it into a gentle, controlled awakening process. The goal is to get at least 10 minutes of this natural light exposure. Opening the curtains is the very first step as soon as you wake up. Stay in that stream of light. Drink your glass of water and eat breakfast near a window. Combine it with your morning walk. This allows you to achieve two goals at once. You kickstart your circulatory system, and you synchronize your biological clock. This action provides your body with a clear biological anchor, directly reducing the burden on your heart and arteries. These 10 habits are not burdens. They are acts of self-mastery and self-love. They form a morning ritual, a fortress that protects you from silent risks. Start with 1 or 2 habits that you feel are easiest to do, and gradually build from there. Every minute you invest in your morning is a priceless investment in a future that is healthy, clear-minded, and full of life. You are not just preventing a negative outcome, you are actively creating a life that is vibrant and resilient. Your journey to protecting your health does not stop here. If you are serious, the next step for you is to watch our video on the 5 worst foods for heart health that many people still eat every day. Click on the video showing on your screen right now to continue.